Hello and welcome to the Open Pakistan webinar series. The Open Pakistan webinar series is an initiative of the Open Program for Pakistan. These programs are fully funded by the Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy, Islamabad. These programs provide professional development opportunities to English language teachers and learners from all across Pakistan. These programs include open global online courses, massive open online courses, webinar series, and then engaging our alumni into different fruitful activities. In Pakistan, Evolution is the local implementing partner. If you wish to stay updated about Relo Pakistan and its opportunities, you can visit www.facebook.com/Relo Pakistan. You can also subscribe to Relo Pakistan YouTube channel for the more updates. If you wish to stay updated about Open Program for Pakistan, you can visit www.evolution.com.pk/open programs. Under the series of 6, we are broadcasting our webinar 6.7, and the topic for our webinar is designing interactive listening activities for the young learners. And the presenter for our today's topic is Nausheen Zaidi. Nausheen is an Open Pakistan alumna from Rawalpindi. She has recently completed a Fundamental of Online Language Teaching Global Online course funded by Relo Pakistan. Based on her performance, she was awarded as the High Performing Alumna of the cohort. Nausheen has 13 years of experience of teaching young learners aged between 3 to 9 years. She has attended several courses and workshops for teaching and engaging young learners, including 5 courses offered by the City School International. She holds master's degree in teaching of English as a foreign language and she is currently working in Westminster International School, Rawalpindi. So through this webinar, participants will be able to understand the needs and importance of listening activities for young learners, to learn about the web pages available online to create engaging listening activities. You can also explore some tips and tricks to make online listening activities more engaging and effective. Last but not the least, you will be able to get a quick tutorial to make interactive worksheets. So without any delay, I would like to invite Nausheen Zaidi to present a webinar. It's all over to you, Nausheen.
Assalamu alaikum. The topic of my today's webinar is designing interactive listening activities for young learners. Now let's begin by a quote from Maria Montessori. The most important period of life is not the age of university studies, but the first one, the period from birth to the age of 6. Now, this is the time period when they say you can either make or break the child. Thus, being a language teacher, it is extremely important for all of us to inculcate positive habits in the students and also to develop their 4 basic skills, that is speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Now, when it comes to online teaching, focused listening activities have become very few. Why? Because we are focusing more on the writing tasks. So in today's lecture or in today's webinar, you will see how interactively and how easily you can prepare these listening activities and you can engage your young learners. Now, let me begin by telling you the difference between the remote teaching and online teaching. I only came to know about the difference in the recent FOLT course that I've done from Relo Pakistan. So remote teaching occurs when the instructor transitions the delivery of an on-campus course to online. Now, what does that mean? It means that we are expecting the same kind of response from the students that we were expecting in face-to-face learning. It means that we are adopting the same methodologies of teaching that we were adopting in face-to-face learning and teaching. Thus, there is no difference between the face-to-face teaching and the online teaching. And the only difference is that now we want them to do everything what they were doing in face-to-face classes online, which means that we demand from the students to send us the pictures of the written work that they have done through whatever LMS we are having in our school. However, an online course has purposely been designed for online teaching using online learning design principles. This means that it involves web pages and activities that are designed particularly for online learning and teaching. So that differs completely. Now, let me tell you about the importance of developing listening skills. Now, as we all know that listening is key to all effective communication, and developing listening skills among young learners is extremely important. Why? Because they learn to identify and differentiate between sounds. Now, these skills are absolutely crucial for the development of speech, phonological awareness, and ultimately reading. Thus, developing listening skills is very important. And one of the other reasons is that if you are not able to, if you do not listen properly, then it means that you are not receiving the message properly. And if you're not receiving the message properly, it means that your response would definitely not be the one that the speaker wants you to deliver. Then it is also important to make students listen to different accents and not only the voice of their own teacher. Now, this can be very easily achieved in online classes, as we have so many resources and we can teach them through different accents. It could be Australian English, it could be American English, it could be British English, and we can, they can hear different kind of poems in these different accents, or we can show them videos in these different accents. So this particular point can very easily be achieved in online classes. And then listening is a skill, and thus any help we can give students in performing that skill will help them to be better listeners. Now, let me tell you some tips for making listening activities more fruitful. First of all, the first tip is that all instructions should be given at the start of the video. Now, before explaining this point, let me tell you that listening activities can both be synchronous and asynchronous. Thus, if it is designed asynchronously, then all instructions should be given at the start of the video. And if they are done synchronously, then before starting the listening activity, the teacher must make sure that she has given clear instructions to all her students. So instructions should be very clear. Then you need to ask them to take notes or be very active during the lesson by listening carefully. Now, if we are addressing to students under the age of 6, then we cannot expect them to make notes. Thus, what you can say to them is that you need to be very, very active during the lesson. Otherwise, if you're addressing to kids who are 7 or 8 or 9-year-olds, you can ask them to take few of the notes, or maybe write a few words that can remind them of the some of the main topic or main points that were told in that lesson. Then questions should be asked during and after the video. Why during the video? Because we are talking about young learners and they have very short attention span. Thus, to grab their attention is the key. Therefore, if you will ask questions in the middle, which they have to answer, then they will be very engaged throughout the lesson. And then there can be comprehension questions and questions that involve critical thinking. Now, as we are talking about young learners, so one question at the end of the listening activity that involves critical thinking is more than enough. Now, today I will tell you about some of the websites for making interactive listening activity. The website that I've chosen in particular is H5P. Now, why choose h5p.org? What's special about it? Well, the first thing, it is easy to use both by the teacher and the students. Secondly, it allows teachers to make and create rich interactive content and students to experience them on different devices. Thirdly, it has a 30-day free trial period and offers great discounts on the first and second year for all the educational institutions. Thus, if you just want to try it for creating 1 or 2 listening activities, then you can definitely go for the trial period that is for 30 days. Now, let me take you inside h5p.org by clicking on this link right here. Now, this is how the H5P page looks like. When you come on the main page, this is how it looks like. Now, because we are focusing this webinar on listening activities, so I would suggest you to scroll down and come to the part where it says interactive videos. All right, so this is the whole page. You want to get started with it, H5P, you can click on this link, make your account. I already have an account here. So I am just going to go to the interactive video editor right here that you can see. So they have just recently changed some of the examples that they had earlier. So let me show you how does it all work. So as you can see, the video is being played, and during the video, there are questions that are appearing on the screen, and the child has to answer the questions by clicking on the right answer and then pressing on to the button that says continue. Now, for uploading videos, you just have to upload one of your video that you have already made on any of platforms such as Zoom or Loom. And then once you have done it, as you can see in the screen, this is how you need to add the interactions. And this is how this will appear on your screen altogether. And, the questions will appear during the listening activity, and they can also appear at the end. The child can check the answers there and then as well. So it is very interesting, and I would like to show you my particular videos that I have made to give you more idea. Now this is my account, and I made a listening activity video for grade 2 students. It's all about the elephants. So they were first, told a story about the elephants, and this lesson in particular was about the information that I've given them about elephants. So let me show you how I've made the video and how does it appear on screen for the students. So here it is. Now, okay, so let me enlarge the screen. Here it is. Now, let me tell you that I have made this video on Loom because I find it more interesting. As you can see, my own picture is appearing on the left, and I can make it bigger or smaller depending upon my own liking. And then the slides that I've made, I have chosen the template from slidesgo.com. So you can see how I'm telling the instructions all in the start of the lesson, and how the interactions, the questions will appear on the screen for the young learners.
Today, we are going to learn all about the elephants. So, what you have to do is that you need to keep a little book with you, or maybe a writing pad and a pencil, and I want you to write down all the information that you're about to get now. Now, after getting the information, you will be asked a multiple choice quiz that you all have to do right now.
So now, as you can see, I've given the instructions, and this is how everything is appearing on screen. And I'll now show you where the interactions are, where the questions are, and how they will appear on the screen when the kids are listening to this lesson.
And here's the Indian subcontinent. Well, the year.
So now you can see that this is a drag and drop option questions. So the students have to read the sentence. It involves comprehension, definitely. So they have to read, and then they have to drag and drop the right answer. The dash of the dash elephants are shaped like the dash subcontinent. So it's like the ears of the Asian elephants are shaped like the Indian subcontinent. Once the child has done, can click on check and see if the answers are all correct or not, and then they can continue.
Looks great similar. Now, there's another difference between the two. Now, both of them.
Now, I would like to take you at the end. How does, the questions appear at the end of this listening activity video? So this is the end. Let me check.
So much that they can spend.
Okay, so the child has to submit the answers, and then the child, my answers have been submitted. Now I will move back to my own. All right, so okay, so this is how the next questions are going to appear on the screen. Which elephants have larger ears? So the child just has to answer. If the answer is wrong, the child can reattempt, or they can, just continue with the next one. Okay, so all the questions are appearing at the screen and the child can answer all the questions. Once he or she is done with all of the questions, they can either retry or they can go to the next one. Which elephants are the largest animals? So African. Now check all the answers and then the video will again resume. So this is how this, a listening activity can be made very interactive using h5p.org. Now, let me take you back on this website and show you a little bit about how I made that video. So you just have to come on, create new content. So the first thing that you have to do is to make your own account on h5p.org. Once that is done, then come to the create new content page. And here you have to click on the interactive video right here, as you can see. Now, once you have clicked on that, the screen will show you another option. It's right here, it's loading. And it's right here. Now, okay, so what you have to do is you have to add a video. Now, what they tell you is that you can, either add a link of the video or upload the video. So I've tried the link option. It doesn't really work. It didn't work for me. So I'm not sure if it's going to work for you or not. So you just have to upload the video. So you have to make it on Zoom and then Zoom or Loom, and then you need to download it and then upload the video here. Once that is done, you just need to click on add interactions, and just you'll be provided with different options that are drag and drop. It could be fill in the blanks, it could be multiple choice questions, and you can add them in whatever part of the video you want them to add. So this was like one kind of listening activity that you can do with your students. And then I have another option for you that is very simple. Another very simple option for you. What you can do is just give your students a link to listen to a story. Now here you can, you can refer back to that point when I said that you need to introduce them to different kind of English accents. So make sure that you, in the video that you are, you want the children to listen to, it has a very unique accent, and the accent is acceptable. So it has to be a British accent or an American accent or Australian accent, but it should be clear. So give the link to the students by just pasting it on their assignment tab in whatever LMS that you're using. And then you need to design an activity, a worksheet, that is particularly designed for the video that you have that you have asked them to listen to. So the video that I selected here for my students was about Profit News Arc. And then I created my own live worksheet. Now, liveworksheets.com is a platform which is used by teachers all over the world. However, very few teachers make their own content, and they rather they rely on the content that is already available on liveworksheets.com. So I would encourage you to make your own content the way I have made. Okay, so this is the worksheet that I made. So this worksheet has 4 questions. In question number 1, it is all about their vocabulary development. So the words that were introduced in the video and the meanings of the words were also told in the video. So the students have to match the words with their meaning in the picture form. So this is question number 1, which is going to test their vocabulary skills. Then comes question number 2, where their spellings will be tested. So they have to type the missing spellings of the names of the some of the animals that are given here. Then in question number 3, it is about question number 3 is again all about comprehension. So they have to read the sentence and then they have to drag and drop the correct box into the box that is given here. So sorry again, it contains 3 questions, not 4. So in the first question, I've designed it in the way, it's so simple, it's especially for young learners. I know whenever we are having any sort of assessments, it's very difficult to take the assessments. And when you ask the students to do the work on a piece of paper and then take the pictures and submit it on the LMS, then it becomes very frustrating for the parents. So if you design your own content on liveworksheets.com, you can do exactly what you used to do in face-to-face learning, but using this proper app in which you do not have to bother the parents at all. So you just have to guide the student once, and this is my personal experience even with grade 1 students. You just have to guide them once, and then they'll be able to do it all by themselves because they are very tech savvy these days. So as soon as the child is going to come near to the box, you can see this pencil coming in. So you just have to, the child has to take the line and put it right next to its picture. And this is how the child is going to attempt this particular question. Then comes to the second question when he or she has to type in the missing letters. Now again, whenever such kind of assignments are given to the students or such kind of worksheets are given to the students, it's very important to give all the instructions at the start of the start. So even if you are giving them the worksheet, it's very important that if you're just pasting the links on your LMS, then you need to write down the instructions also, how question number 1 is going to be done, how question number 2 is going to be done. Now this particular activity can be done synchronously only also. So if you're doing it synchronously, so you can tell all the instructions by yourself. Otherwise you need to write them down for the students so that they can listen to all the instructions first, or they can read all the instructions first, and then they attempt the questions. Now here, Nuh alayhi salam was the dash of Allah, was the prophet of Allah. So you can see how nicely a child can, attempt all of these questions in the same manner in which we used to, assess the child in the face-to-face learning. And then we can, it's so engaging, the children get so involved when they're doing such worksheets that they hardly, talk in the middle. So if you want to make it a proper assessed worksheet, then it should be email my answers to my teacher. So this is how these worksheets are designed. Now, what if you want to make this similar worksheet the way I have made for your own students? So how you can do it, very quick tips. I know most of you all already know, but if you don't know, some of you who don't know, I would just like to give you a quick tutorial. So just click on makeinteractiveworksheets.com. The tutorial that is given here does not tell you all that what I'm going to tell you right now. So just click on get started. And again, you need to enter your username and your password. So once you click on make interactive worksheets and then get started, this is the page that you'll come to. So here you need to upload your worksheet. So this means that first you have to make your worksheet on Word, then convert it into PDF, and then only it will be uploaded here. So it has to be uploaded in PDF format. So you just click on choose file and then select your worksheet and upload. So I have uploaded the worksheet that I just showed you, and I'll tell you how you can, design all these questions. So this has been designed on Word and then been converted to PDF and then uploaded on liveworksheets.com. Now, how can you make this? Right now, you can see that, you don't, the pencil doesn't appear because I haven't added the instructions. So how you can add the instructions, just make these boxes on this side and also on the other side. So I'm going to do it all. So I have made those boxes with all the pictures in all the boxes, and now the instruction has to be entered. So as the child has to join them, so the instruction would be join, Join, and then colon 1. Now barn has to be joined with its own picture, so you have to go to the picture of barn and then again right here join colon 1, and this is how you're going to do all of them. So if it is drizzle, so it's join colon 2, and then the picture of drizzle here, join colon 2. So this is how the instruction of match the columns is given in live worksheets. Now comes the second question where the student only has to write the missing spelling. So that's very easy. In the box that you have already made, you just have to create boxes like these. And once they are created, you just need to enter the correct spellings inside. And that's it, right? And then for the third question, the drag and drop, again, you have to make boxes, create boxes on the boxes that you have made in your Word file like these. And also you have to create boxes in this word bank that you have provided to the students. So this is how you are going to make it for all of them. So now I've made the boxes for all of the question, in between the sentences, the fill in the blanks boxes, and then the word bank boxes. Now I need to enter the instruction for drag and drop. For drag and drop, remember, this is the place where the students have to drop the box. So here you will write drop colon 1, and then the answer of this in the word bank. Nuh alayhi salam was the prophet of Allah. So here, this they have to drag. So drag colon 1, right? So this is the way it's going to be done. So here it will be drop colon 2. Allah sent Prophet Nuh alayhi salam to dash the people, to guide the people. So here it will be drag colon 2. So as I'm just giving you the example, I'm not going to do it all. And once you are done here, you need to click on this button that says save the document. And when you save the document, they give you two options. Either you want to share it with other teachers or you want to keep it private. If you want to share it with others, which I totally recommend you to please share it with others, make sure that you have made your own content and you have not taken the worksheet from the internet. Otherwise, they're going to cancel your account. So right now, I'm just giving you an example. I always keep my worksheets. I always share them with the other teachers. But here, as I'm giving you the example, I want to do it quickly because then this gives you another option that you all have to fill up. So you want to keep it private, then you have to enter the title for your worksheet. It could be Prophet News Arc, and then click on Save. Now, once that is done, you just need to open your worksheet, and then this link has to be shared with your students. So now you can see your worksheet. So this is barn. You come here, you match it with barn. This is how the first question will be done. And for second question, the child just have to type in the answers. And for the third question, the child can drag and drop the boxes like this. So I hope that you all liked today's webinar, and this listening activity webinar will prove very fruitful for you, and you will design engaging listening activities for your young learners. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you so much, Nausheen, for such a wonderful webinar. If you have any comments, questions, or any queries, please write us on open@evolution.com.pk. Till then, happy teaching and happy learning. Thank you.